class, welcome to another lecture on CS 575. This time we will see the moving average order, right? We see the MA1 model. So when we say MA1 in terms of ARIMA representation, it becomes 001 because the first term basically represents P, which is the AR. Second term basically signifies the differencing, and third is the MA term. So this is P, D, and Q. Since both these are absent, we basically come to the MA model. So it is defined as y of t is some constant c plus an error term minus theta 1 e of t minus 1, right? So here basically the coefficient theta 1 is taken in negative as a standard notation. So yt depends on the error term et, right? So from the model itself, you can see in the previous class we had seen what is an MA model, right? MA model is basically the constant bt and the et, which is nothing but c and et in this particular representation, and then it was a summation of the error terms et minus 1, et minus 2, and t minus q. So you can see here minus theta 1 can be equal to et minus 1, right? You can have a corresponding relation here. Why it is MA1? Because we are considering only first error term. If it would have been an MA2 model, we would have also included this particular parameter. And MAP model will have these many parameters, right? So the value of theta 1 again is between minus 1 and 1, just like the previous case in AR we saw, the value of psi 1 will be minus 1 to plus 1. Here now let us see a moving average model, right? So we have a time series data here. So you can see here, okay, the line is not clear. Let me just hide this. So you can see this is kind of a stationary model. You can see the mean is roughly constant, right? It's about we can draw straight line here. The mean is constant. So it's a stationary series. So now you can see the autocorrelation function, right? So for MA1 model, so whenever you're trying to see the MA thing, you basically look at the ACF, right? So you can see the ACF here has one significant value and all other values are within the 95% interval, so making it statistically insignificant, right? So for MA1 model, you have only one value which is statistically significant. Next, again with a partial correlation, partial autocorrelation, you can see that this value, this value, this value, and even for this particular value, it is showing some kind of significance, right? It is above the 95% value. But overall for MA1 model, you only focus on the ACF thing and not PACF. When you are dealing with AR models, then you focus more on the PACF. So it says, note that there is only one significant autocorrelation at time lag 1 that you saw in the previous slide, only one, and the partial autocorrelation decay exponentially, right? So again, in that case also it decays exponentially, but because of some random error components, right? Now why random error components? Because if you see the expression for moving average, it's a series of error terms which are combined together, right? And hence basically this comes as random error components. They do not die out as they do in the theoretical autocorrelation, right? So for AR models, you take the value P and focus on the partial autocorrelation. For MA values, you check the autocorrelation function, how many significant values it has, right? So that's it for the MA1 model in this case. We see you